choice pick. He's a workhorse.
All right, so let's talk about team compositions here.
Items or which back first or second, where Kennen can really start to abuse this lane before Malphite starts bulking up.
Well, the thing is that honestly, in this type of matchup, Kennen... Oh, there's a gank.
Hold that thought. Slow going to come in. The follow-up there on the Storm. Wonder got good follow-up damage. Alfari now in trouble. The stun connects. Jankos will flash out just in time. First blood secured for G2.
Dirty damage. Continue, Bwipo.
That's the Volibear base damage. You can see the
Bwipo. Is it just your confidence then on the champions that Origen have selected here that with the scaling potential of like a Senna, how their comp plays out?
Hold that thought, because apparently we're going to have a big game-defining play here. We'll see what the breakdown is after this, and that's going to be Perkz on the backside, getting knocked low. The heal not nearly enough, and now Wonder comes in, but it might be too little too late. Just has to flash out to safety. Volibear alting away, and OG showing up just in time. Bwipo, is that what you were waiting for?
Well, Perkz had no flash, and as you can see, it was the whole 5 minutes after 4
gold lead, nothing too significant in exchange for G2's Dragon lead, but the Wombo comp here on the side of OG. Clear expectations set on the side of G2, though. They want to kick things off before the Wombo can come together. Kog'Maw layering down some damage there on the backside. Jackal now locked up, but he goes gold, and Yanko's going to be in trouble. Shockwave coming over the wall from Nukeduck is nice, but now Wonder's on the way, and he has no flash, and still... He's going to lock up, find 1 kill back in exchange. Perkz, though, now the one in trouble. Oh, this is the nightmare of every AD carry. He doesn't have a support. He's just going to get walked down by the Malphite. Oh, and the emote BM to follow up. I love it.
Hit him with the penguin. Yeah, Ashe into Malphite. That's never going to be a fun time. We talked about how Alfari, well, Bwipo talks about how Alfari was not going to have fun in the lane phase, but would get his revenge in team fights. Speaking of revenge, here's Upset and Xerxes. Seeing if they can lock down Wonder. No flash on Kennen.
Look at his revenge in a side lane as well. Notice that Upset is just staying very far back. Does not want to get caught out in the ultimate here. Still, Wonder's going to leap forward. He's got good damage. He clears the entire creep wave. If he's got a little bit more, not enough. Healing up there with the Piercing Darkness from Upset means he will walk away. So 2 very good picks coming in from the side of OG.
But it doesn't translate necessarily into any sort of objective on the map.
But what we've seen is when he's paired with the Kog'Maw mid, he makes this pick unstoppable. So the fact that OG took that away, the fact that G2 now have to rely on a Nautilus, potentially a Kennen for their peel, makes this game so much harder for Perkz and Caps specifically.
Can't necessarily remember. I'd have to go back to the draft to see who was picked first, Nautilus or Kench. I have a feeling that Nautilus was picked first.
It was. Going through there. Pulling back though. Now moving from Wonder, though, he's been exhausted. He's going to be able to stun a few members, but now he's isolated, does not have the Zanyas. The pullback is clean from Nukeduck, and Alfari's now on a rampage. Caps has been comfortable in this game. Perkz gets to farm on a side lane, but in the meantime, OG are just routing G2 in fight after fight. 29k to 31.6.
Oh, Perkz, is he going to get out?
Oh, that's the ward. The denial on the recall. Oh, here comes Alfari. Shamrock, no 4-leaf clover for Perkz today. That is just plain unlucky.
You saw the fear in his eyes immediately. He pushed the wave, and then he was like, do I have time to run back to the tower? I'll never make it. He sets his back, and he's just praying. He's like, 9, 8, 7.
No. Oh, Mickey gonna flash forward. We'll get Nukeduck's flash, but I don't think too consequential. We'll allow them to break mid lane tower. But OG, and specifically Alfari, kind of having a field day this game. After that early Kennen lane phase, I like that Bwipo pointed out. He's like, hey, Malphite's fine with this lane. Because as someone who looks at that range advantage, I assume that Kennen's just gonna smash. But we're seeing here now in the mid game, Malphite is absolutely taking over, and Jankos is, well, he's invested in some property here in the OG jungle, but oof, rough neighborhood. Not where he wanted to be.
Those are not the returns that he was looking for on that property. Yeah, it's not great. Perkz still without flash, so needs to be careful. Oh, no.
Mickey is going to get caught out and taken down here. Upset on a killing spree. And now Nukeduck playing very aggressive, forcing Jankos back.
I think Origen should actually be on the Baron when Nukeduck's doing that. The issue is I don't think that ward was right there. I don't know if they exactly had eyes on Caps because the control ward that he just teleported onto tells me no. But if they did have eyes that Caps was using his back,
well, Caps
maybe
is in trouble now. Cataclysm comes out. Caps is going to just get shredded here. Shut down now for Upset. Nothing he could do there. Holds onto the flash here. Knows that he's doomed. Does not want to burn it.
But also just a huge mistake from Caps. That is going to be a pretty big green light from Origen to get aggressive around this Baron again.
I think he felt like once he teleported in that they didn't have any vision there and that he was okay to walk up to contest that wave. But nope, OG had not started the Baron, but now they will. G2 don't really have any chances to respond. We'll see if the Hawkshot comes out from Perkz to get a bit more vision of the area. But as Alfari wanders his way into the mid lane, it's very clear that there is nothing that G2 can do to stop this one. And OG, 6 8K in the lead. They are set to take this game if G2 cannot find a miracle fight in their favor.
That was maybe the slowest Baron imaginable. At this point, we were talking about it earlier, one of the issues that G2's composition has is that it's very unsafe for Perkz to go anywhere to try to extend and find goals. And so he's basically depleting the jungle entirely.
And similarly, Upset is just stepping so far forward because he has no reason to be afraid. Wonder has to commit a flash to get on top of him, so he can just play this one out nice and slow, use that Glacial to keep people at an arm's length, and just keep waiting for Rapid Fire Cannon to be back up so he can poke. Of course, while they're grouped up, while they're fighting in the base like this, they are at the whim of Caps and this poke damage coming down. Eyes on Alfari, that ult can be massive, as can the Orion. And Nukeduck waiting over the wall. He is going to catch Wonder. The follow-up from Alfari is clean. The exhaust comes down. They have to make it out, and they manage to take down the cannon before he can ult. He died with flash available, and that most certainly should be the fight, but the damage from Caps is disgusting. Upset now in trouble. Caps shredding through. OG pushing into the base. They know it's about PvE. They do not want to fight the members of G2. Caps is doing far too much damage, but OG still winning the day for now.
Upset has teleport. He's actually just going to go back, heal, teleport back in. I think Origin are going to continue to try to suffocate G2 out here.
Caps is going to burn through his mana pool very quickly if he keeps trying to use the Bio-Arcane Barrage. Cost, of course, goes up the more and more, balances out the low cooldown. Has to be careful here, has to wait, has to bide his time, needs to clear these waves, but Upset continuing to step forward. Banshee's now procced for Nukeduck, ult not available for Perkz. Jankos has his. Maybe they can try to get something kicked off, but Alfari simply too tanky. Caps taking a lot of damage, finally uses the flash, but Alfari, he's got that ult back up. Thank you, Cloud Soul. But now Nukeduck caught behind enemy lines, the Kog'Maw passive value being maximized, but it just does not matter. The rest of OG are now descending. They need to buy space for Perkz, but no, OG will not take the fight. They will take the game, they will take the Nexus, and they will take down G2 Esports in style.
Big hugs there from Upset and Jacktraw on the very end. But of course, this man closest to you on